Good morning again, YouTube. Welcome to Oman Garden Fix and Tricks. I am Nikal. In today's video, I am going to, well, as you can see, I am on the farm again. Most videos you're going to see from me now is on the farm video and auto videos within the farm environment. So I am on the farm, and for the persons who are just stopping by on my channel, I do home and garden videos, farming videos, real estate from time to time. I'm not a realtor, but I assist people in getting a house because I think buying a house or a piece of land will be the largest investment most of us will ever make in our entire life. And it's imperative in this economy that we get somewhere to call our home. So I am on the farm. Been here about an hour and a half, and been burning some fire over there, clearing up all of that land right there, because I'm going to plant some pumpkin this morning. I already planted some, but you can't plant enough when you're going to plant for sale. This is one of them that I would have planted maybe 2 weeks ago. Just over it is a planting, and for the persons who are following, we have some tomato here, and you can see they are very, very, very lovely tomatoes. They are growing up nicely. They are around 2 weeks since I planted them now, and trust me, they are looking good. Not sure of the variety, but it's a tomato that I bought in store, and I said I'm going to plant. So I'm not sure of how the yield is going to turn out, meaning that how productive they are going to be. But farming is overall is a gamble, trust me. It is a science, but sometimes, trust me, it is mere luck sometimes. So I'm gambling by planting them, and I hope to God they will produce and produce abundantly. All right. Now let me just give you a little run through on pH, soil pH, and how important it is to plant growth and plant productivity. Now, this soil is predominantly, this soil is derived from limestone, and if you know anything about limestone, you know that it have a very alkaline pH. All right. Now, most plants thrive best in a pH of around 5.5 to 6.5 thereabout. Therefore, we're talking about the acidity, because if you look, I'm going to put up the pH scale so that you guys can see it. The pH scale run from 0 all the way up to 14. 7 smack in the middle is neutral, and anything below 7 is considered alkaline, acidic rather, and anything above 7 is considered alkaline. Now, most plants thrive best in a slightly acidic pH, and so therefore this soil, when I tested it, and I'm going to tell you how I tested, is not a comprehensive or expensive test. It's very simple. It's only that it's not going to tell you the direct pH number or range, but it's going to give you a good idea if your soil is acidic or alkaline. So go back to it now. As I said, most plants thrive best in a slightly acidic pH, but when I tested the soil, it is slightly alkaline. Now you may ask, how do I test the soil? It's simple. So what you need to do is to collect some of the soil, and you around maybe a cup, measuring cup of soil. That's for the bakers, persons who cook. So just get a cup of soil, right? And you want to take samples from different. So depending on how big your land is, you want to take, or your garden is, you want to take samples, multiple samples. So you can take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, any amount of samples, but take them a little distance away from each other. All right. So if you have a plot like this, you maybe want to take one at the top over there, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the bottom. So you maybe end up with 6, and that will give you a good idea. So what you do afterwards now, you get a little tap water, preferably what the water name again? Preferred distilled water. Alright? And you add around half cup of water to the soil. You want to mix it out properly, and then you want to get some vinegar and add to the mixture. Now if it fizz, like you put a soda and it fizz, if it fizz, then the soil sample would have been alkaline, because what is happening there now is some reaction. The alkaline soil is reacting with the acidic vinegar, so that will give you the fizz. All right. If it don't fizz at all, or it fizz slightly, it may be slightly alkaline. If it don't fizz at all, more likely it is acidic. And so therefore, if it is acidic, what you need to do is to go right ahead and you can plant and manage your soil accordingly. If it is alkaline, as my soil is alkaline, you want to use fertilizer that will have an effect on lowering the pH, because remember, so when we say alkaline, we're talking about a pH of 8, 9, 10, 11. And the more you go up on the scales, and the scale is more alkaline, and less, and more you go down on the scale is more acidic. So if you go 1, 2, that's very acidic, compared to like 6 and 5, it's slightly acidic. All right, so what I'm doing when I water, as soon as I irrigate, when I'm irrigating my soil, what I do is to mix around a teaspoonful or 2 of vinegar into maybe 5 gallons of water, and I will use that to irrigate my plants, and that will have a lowering effect on the pH. And that's work for me. Again, you can use fertilizers to lower your pH. So fertilizers like let me give you a fertilizer like calcium nitrate. That's fertilizer would have a opposite effect of the one that I'm referring to. That will increase your pH. So you want to stay away from your calciums and the calcium fertilizers. You want to stay away from those, and you want to use fertilizers like sulfate of ammonia. So because sulfate of ammonia having sulfur, and sulfur have a lowering effect on pH. Sulfuric acid, so it is acidic, so that will lower. So I am using some sulfate of ammonia on the soil, and that will offer sulfur as a nutrient, as a nutrient, and also nitrogen as a nutrient. All right, so that, along with the vinegar and other fertilizer that you can use to lower the pH. So those are the ones that I'm using, and I can see significant benefits from that in terms of how the plants look. Now, people may ask why pH is so important. Soil pH is important because it affects the pH within the solution of the soil environment. That means the water that is available to the plants and the nutrient that is dissolved in that water. Now, if the pH is not right, meaning that it is too high or it is too low, that may have a problem or an effect on the uptake of nutrients. So nutrients can be in the soil, present in the soil, but because the pH is off, they are either bound within the soil environment, right, with other nutrients. In other words, they form compound and they are bound up inside of the soil and are not available to the plant roots, or simply they can be in solution, but the plant root just cannot take them up because of the imbalance in pH, or the pH range not necessarily where the plants or the soil, the plants rather, need it to be. So therefore, managing your soil pH is very, very important. And that is why we say that farming is really science. It's an application of science, scientific application. So if you want to get good result, you have to know about some soil. You have to have a good science background. So that's a little crash course on pH, soil pH specifically, and the importance of it to the uptake of nutrients within the soil environment. You need to manage pH. Remember, the acceptable pH range for most crops is around 5.5 to 6.5, right? And that's slightly acidic, and that's where you want it to be. How I manage my pH for this specific soil, which is slightly alkaline, I use vinegar and I dissolve that within the irrigation water and I supply it to the plant. Now be careful when you're using the vinegar, because if you put too much vinegar, it will have a burning effect on the plants. So be careful. You want to use a small amount, because you are irrigating constantly, and once you use a small amount, it will drive down the pH in time. There are times when you're going to stop. So I will say after 6 or 7 application, you can give it a break and you watch the plants and you just give them pure water, and then you may start again. So within that, depending on this life cycle of the plant, you may want to do it around 4 to 5 times, and then that will take the plant up to maturity. If it's 6, 7, 8, 1 year, then you may want to go a little bit longer. But for most cash crops, 3 months, you can go up to 6. You can irrigate up to 6 times. So maybe once per week or 2 times per week. So that will take you around 3 to 4 weeks out of that 3 months time frame. It all depends, guys. And of course, you can go back and you can always check back the pH from time to time to make sure. Now, the best way to do it is to send off samples to the lab, and then you will get the specific pH range, and you will also can develop from that your nutrient balance sheet. Basically, you're going to know what is in the soil and what you need to add for that particular plant. So as I said, it's pure science and it is working for me, and I'm getting good results. All right, let me show you the pumpkin. So as I said, over here I'm going to plant the pumpkin. And we have two variety. I am not sure of one because I got it from my uncle in this piece of file paper here. So the hands them I take it up already, but I tell you about these hands. So I have some here, and I have this one here, the Bodles Globe, and this is developed at the Bodles Research Center in Old Harbor. Nice pumpkin, peg pumpkin as they call it. So I'm going to plant this entire area here, just above the fire, all the way up below those trees that I cut right there. Come around. All of this area is going to be loaded with pumpkin and planting, similar to over there. And of course, I'm getting that piece of land down there prepared. I have to, you know, debush, take out the stakes, take out the coal wood, for the charcoal. I'm going to use some of the wood to make charcoal. So it's a lot of work. And as you can see, I'm me alone today. But they said Rome never built in a day, and so therefore I'm taking it one step at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, come on the journey with me. Ask questions in the comment section. Be a part of the movement. Remember, it's Home and Garden Fix and Tricks, and I am Nicole. I am working. Please go and check out my other videos, my older videos, and the channel. I have very interesting videos. They are agricultural related, home and garden related, and of course we have real estate. We also have some amount of art of videos as well, because they said that I'm a jack of all trade. And you know what it says, you know the saying goes, master of none. Well, I master quite a few. So I am a jack of all trade and a master of a few. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping by. And as I said, if you have any question as it relates to soil pH and plant productivity on a whole, you can always put them in the comment section and we will answer them. Alright, I'm going to also treat these before I go, because these plants are being affected by leaf miner. I am going to show you those little critters. They burrow some little holes within the leaves, and they mine out the chlorophyll out of the leaves. So the one right here, so right there where my thumb is, they mine the chlorophyll out of the leaves, and so forth the plants become unproductive. So I'm going to treat it. I'm going to treat it before I go, and I'm also going to put some fungicide on these plants as well. And as I said, they look really good. See it? Plants them are run now, man. Them bossy guys, them bossy. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. For Home and Garden Fix and Tricks, I'm Nicole. Peace.